Hey everybody, One-A-Weezem here. It is Tuesday, October 7th, 2014. Toys R Us dropped Wave 2 today. Granted, some of us were able to pick them up Sunday. I was kind of the oddball. I got the Wave 2 core characters. Fist Bump, Treadhead, Hog Wild, Frino, Fizzy Frenzy, Pop Fizz, and Full Blast Jetpack. Most people, however, found the Wave 2 Trap Masters on launch day. My store actually held those back until today. Went in a little worried about what I might find, and they were stocked full of all of them. Still no wallop in sight. I think I must have got the last one. If they restocked, the scalper lady took them. But the one I want to start with is Lob Star. Why he was actually the highest on my list of most anticipated from these. The cool thing is he is a water element. That means that joining Snapshot, who you see there, we now have both water element Trap Masters. That's the case for a couple of the elements. Tech, we've got Jawbreaker and Gear Shift. In fact, we even got Legendary Jawbreaker in the mix. Dropping off to Earth, we have Wallop and Head Rush now. So kind of have doubles on some. Still need a magic to grace our presence, you know. Same thing with, no, we've got Gusto. Okay, so just magic basically, I think. Nonetheless, the emphasis is on Lob Star. I got this at Toys R Us. $16.99 was the price. This whole week, launch week, fighting off a sneeze for you. $16.99, but it's buy one, get one 40%. I actually looked at my receipt this time. So they are $16.99, but then with the 40% off of that, it's $10.19. So you basically wind up paying like, 17 plus $10.19 would be $27.19 versus roughly $30. So you save a little bit. Even though their prices are higher, you do come out on top if you get two of them. Keep that in mind. So this is Lob Star. I was tempted to get two of him. It's a weird deal because Head Rush will have Nitro and Bushwhack will have a legendary version to go along with Legendary Jawbreaker. And so you might be inclined to do that, but going by what the 3DS said, we'll have Winterfest Lob Star. So that'll kind of be like the Jolly Bumble Blast of the group, if you will. Nonetheless, why was he so high on my most anticipated Trap Masters? He looks awesome. That's why. The coloration is epic. The blue Traptanium weapons, we've seen them on Snapshot. Gusto's got the blue boomerang. They just look wicked cool in that translucent blue. Now the packaging, again, pretty freaking awesome packaging. We'll cover that in a second if you don't know already. Snapshot is the icon there to indicate that he is a Trap Master. It's also in red to catch your attention and let you know that he's a Trap Master. He's the one that can open the elemental gates in the game. Skylanders Trap Team logo. Prismatic packaging, full. Not just on the side, 180 degrees. We go a full 360 degrees here. Right there you see Snapshot in your hand on the portal. In the game you see the same thing on the back but in full color. On the front side we've got the Lob Star Seal of Approval Ultimate Trappers. As you can see, he is a water element Skylander. Lob Star, he's got a hyphen just like Jetvac. There's a hyphen in there. Star Bright, Star Fight. That is his slogan. Very fitting given his Traptanium weapon, the throwing stars. Coming around, as you can see there, trap and play as villains, and then powerful Traptanium weapons. That's about that. There's his inset box art. Trying to get that. He reflects the light really well. Looks pretty cool in the game. Featured characters: Lob Star, Echo the Water Element Newlander, Tidal Wave, Gilgrunt the Lone Series 4 Skylander, and then of course Thumpling, the red-based mini. So what I'm going to do now, these guys, as amazing as the packaging looks, the only downside, and I do mean the only downside, is simply they're kind of hard to open. I'm going to go off camera, use a little Portal Master magic, and we will be right back to free him from his plastic tomb. And as you can see, he is magically freed from his packaging. Now what's cool, the way this is set up, that overlaps, there's no tape involved, so it's very easy to get that off. If you want to cut it, use it as a name tag, whatever it may be, it's easy to do. Now it is going to be really hard to reseal these things. I don't know of anyone that will be able to open one of these successfully, actually remove the figure for whatever intent or purpose, and then reseal it. With the standard packaging, like you see in the background, that's not that difficult. These, that will be an issue, unless you take a lot of time and master the art and use heat guns and glue and adhesives and all kinds of stuff I'm not going to waste my time with. Now, here he is in the packaging. What I like to do, don't come in and grab him by the star. Number one, they're sharp. Not really. I mean, they kind of do have an edge to them, but they're not going to cut you. They can poke, but I don't think they're going to cut you. Don't do that. I mean, you run the risk of messing something up. Just come in. The plastic is the part that you don't care about. So I like to bend that back where I can get my hand in under the base. And then I just kind of come in and I work the plastic. That's the easiest Trap Master I've ever had in terms of getting them to come out of the packaging. He's awesome. He is super heavy. We're going to set him down. Chase McCain is hidden. I don't think I've mentioned that yet. You get Lob Star. You get also 2 other items of interest. A stat card and a sticker sheet. The sticker sheet, that's what the sticker looks like. The name tag, below that a QR code and a web code. Now the sticker you can put on your poster, power a storage case, it's whatever you're interested in doing. Stat card, this is pretty cool. I really like the look of this one. The blue just looks really nice. I like the way it's a darker blue and then lighter out here, kind of more in line with the shade on the Traptanium stars there. But power 100 of 250, armor 80 of 250, agility 200 of 250. Did not anticipate that. And luck 140 of 250. You know, in all honesty, it seems like the agility would be 80 and the armor would be 200. That's just me. Seems like he'd be well armored just looking at him aesthetically. That said, out of a potential 1,000, that puts him at 180, 380, 480, 520 out of 1,000. Pretty solid numbers. Backside looks like so. In game, let's go ahead. I've got the strategy guide now, so I can conveniently come over here. His stock box health will be 240. Speed is 60. As you can see there, it's a 200 rating on the card. Armor 30, that's not too shabby. 80 on the card. 40 is his critical hit, which again they don't even put on here. I guess luck maybe they'll say translates over. Elemental power 46. That's odd. Do they have an elemental bump for the Trap Masters? I need to actually I've not actually introduced a Trap Master. I've been so busy and just doing unboxings. I need to take a look at that, because that would mean that instead of starting at 25, they're plus 21, and then they should increase not exponentially, but they should increase proportional to the number of that element of Skylanders. That said, we're going to take a look at this guy. Red base indicates he's new to Trap Team, or at least opposing Trap Team. The water looks really, really nice, particularly because of this awesome color scheme. This is a very, very well done. This is almost like something I would custom paint. It's a black shade that you see kind of like on his garb. The main majority of him, the little bandana right here, the top horns, the plating, whatever it's called for the crustacean people. That said, there's like this sweet, and I do mean it is an awesome, I don't think the camera's doing it justice, but it is like this awesome kind of a metallic blue, and it's on both the bottom end of the outfit, kind of where the shoe level is, and then it also kind of fades from black to this same blue color on his hands. I don't quite know what's up with that, but I have to say I like it. Now right here, that looks like a starfish. I don't know that it is, but I mean it's actually got that shape. It's got the 5 points on it, kind of clinging to him, maybe serving as a suit of armor. He's got those yellow eyes with the black pupil. Kind of gives that illusion that he's kind of following, watching along. The top portion here kind of has that same blue metallic, maybe in a little bit lighter of a hue. Looks really well, and again it fades to black. This is really one of the first characters that I've seen a fade before. We've got a lot of characters where there will be a blend or 2 colors, you know, contrasting with one another, but this is like a legit fade, like you would apply, you know, on a vehicle or motorcycle. Right back there, it's a little difficult to see, but that's the Trap Master logo. On the back side, you can see the spikes, kind of like the Kiss or Oakland Raider type vibe going on. And again, he just gives off the illusion he would be well armored. I do not see the Trap Master logo on the front side. That's not to say that it isn't there. He's almost got a Shredder vibe going on. Now this right here almost looks like the dorsal fin of a shark. In fact, if I were to bring my custom painted legendary blue metallic terrapin up here and we could just extend that onto the top of him, that's a pretty sweet look right there. That said, we will set legendary blue metallic terrapin down. The stars themselves, they look very nice. They almost have a snowflake quality when you isolate them from the character. I say that because of the intricate design work on them. They actually have ridges or spikes on them that are kind of like you see on Lob Star himself. He's got these big antennas. Again, I don't know my, biologically correct dissection terms exactly. Crustary. I kind of know some of them. I'm afraid if I said them, I might have them wrong. That said, little spikes there. You can kind of see it again. It kind of gives that snowflake vibe. It's a sweet translucent blue. We'll go ahead. Here's his companion here, fellow Water Element Trapmaster Snapshot. He's got a darker version. Lob Star will have a holiday variant Winterfest, so both of these guys are covered for both paths. If you really like Lob Star, keep that in mind that we should have the Christmas variant, in-game variant, readily available, at least as far as I'm concerned it should be. So factor that into if you want to buy two of them. That said, he is very aesthetically pleasing. He's pretty much just like I thought he would be. Even better in hand, of course. But let's go ahead. I'm just going to spin him around. I think I've kind of covered everything I can see there. And maybe you can pick up on some things you like, and I will attempt to read this long, narrow column that is his background story. Once again, Water Element Trapmaster, brand new to Trap Team. Slogan, Star Bright, Star Fight. Hailing from the depths of the undersea kingdom of Star City, well, that's actually pretty fitting, Lob Star was the head chef of his own 5-star restaurant, often cooking for the kingfish himself. However, few knew that Lob Star had secretly been training in a mysterious art of fighting known only to a few crustaceans. Bonus points to me. Did not read this ahead of time. For a while, Lob Star was able to keep the peace while still keeping his hidden identity. But when a giant leviathan threatened to swallow up Lob Star's guests and capture the kingfish himself, he had no choice but to swim into action. Calling on every trick his mysterious training had taught him, Lob Star defeated the leviathan and drove it out of Star City. For risking everything, Lob Star was recruited by Master Eon to join the Skylanders. Now, as part of the Trap Team, he uses his powerful Traptanium throwing stars, as you can see there. He uses his powerful Traptanium throwing stars to serve up defeat to anyone who dares to threaten Skyland. So, a very cool story there, and he's a chef. So if you're going on an adventure or a mission with your Skylanders, who's one of the characters you want to bring along? Lob Star, because he's a chef. So, very cool stuff there. Again, we've covered not only the card stats this time, but also his in-game stats. That's one of the perks of having the strategy guide here. So, that said, he was super high on my list of most anticipated. It was based primarily, entirely on aesthetics, that list. And names, little things like that, not gameplay or anything. I don't like to spoil characters. He does not disappoint aesthetically. This guy looks awesome. He kind of like gives a cross between Wham-Shell, Terrapin, Stealth Elf. He's just kind of got like the ninja, armored knight, crustacean vibe going down. It's very, very cool. Wham-Shell, I know people are still huge fans of his. I wasn't a huge fan, but here is his original. This is the hardest pose of his to find. Although now that I think of it, I haven't seen Lightcore Wham-Shell in a really long time. I just now realize that. But here these two guys are. This is probably like the most closest of kin to him in the Skylanders game. So we'll set that down. If I had to pick one of the two, not knowing anything about his upgrades or powers or attacks, I'm going to roll the dice with Lob Star. He looks very, very nice. Again, my favorite part is actually that shade of blue. That's a color that I've actually had. I used it on a custom paint I haven't revealed yet. Or at least it's similar to that. And I love the fade. Again, I can't off the top of my head think where there's been a fade in a Skylander. Usually you just have, contrasting colors. Purple meets blue. The white, I wouldn't call that a fade. It's more like that's just a portion of him. It's, armor. It's a suit. Things of that nature. But this is a legit fade into black, and that's really unique. Really highlights his character, in my opinion. So he looks like a ton of fun. Hopefully delivers. He looks very menacing. Again, kind of like the Crypt King thing going on. I think I'm going to like this guy. Hopefully he does not disappoint in the game. And again, if you happen to be a big Lob Star fan, Winterfest Lob Star coming holiday 2014. So he can join Jolly Bumble Blast as kind of like a Christmas Skylander. And I think he'll actually pull that off. That almost does, if you would imagine that white, that almost does look like a beard of sorts. So That said, this is Lob Star. Got him at Toys R Us for $16.99, or perhaps $10.19 because it's buy one get one 40% off. So that said, he looks really, really cool. I cannot wait to play him. Any questions, comments, feel free to ask. I'll do my best to help you out. That said, take the links in the video description box. It will go back to my personal site, oneofwisdom.com, and the Skylander Club forum. Skylander Club forum, it is geared towards the serious Portal masters who take their collecting and playing a little bit more seriously than others, casual fans, if you will. That said, check it out regardless of your play type. I think you will find some information you can appreciate. You'll find some discussions you'll enjoy and maybe want to get involved in. And if that is the case, we would love to have you sign up. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+. Make sure you follow me on Twitch if you're there. If not, check it out. I will be live streaming the entire Trap Team game on the Xbox One. And last but not least, if you have not subscribed, do that. Lob Star will throw a star at the camera if you're not subscribed. Why? As a subscriber, you get notified whenever I upload new videos, and quite frankly, that is happening very often and very frequently here as of late. So I'm going to come in now. We got a lot of more stuff to unbox. Some really cool traps, head rush, bushwhack. Still got wallop, gear shift, tons of stuff coming your way. So make sure you're subscribed. If you like what I'm doing, hit that button. It would be much appreciated. But for myself and Lob Star, we will catch you back here next time.